Hi, it's Rosie from RoseByNameCo. I am working on the third part of this video of collage binging. We're binging on just making these collages, which we made in video 1, and another one that we made in video 2, using up our scraps from our work that we have, lots and lots of papers of all kinds to use up, either throw it out or use it up. I like to use it up because anytime I'm thinking of throwing out a piece of paper, even no matter how little or what I have left, I'm like, no, I can't throw this out because I might need it somewhere. So I do end up with a lot of leftovers. So let's do this one a little bit differently than the other two that we did. So this one we're going to work on diagonally and using up whatever papers that we find in here. Doesn't have to be anything perfect or anything right or anything. You can just make it into whatever shape you want, and we're going to work on it this way. So okay, I'm going to use up a lot of scraps I made before also in the other video. Now I can use them here. And I have some lines, and I have this one, and I like to usually have some kind of colors in there as well. I do like mostly beiges and things, but I do also like to have some color. So I have this one, like I mentioned, I bought before and haven't used it up yet, so I'm going to be using it now. And let me see. If you want any words or something, like I have, for example, something here that is about January. So it has this perfect little sheet over here. So I'm going to cut that in half. And maybe I'll put it like this. And then down here like this. So what I usually try to do is balance the colors of what I have so that not quite everything is bunched up together. So I have the word January. Now, if you have any words, by all means, you can put them anywhere you want. It doesn't have to be just pictures and so on, images. But so we're going to put this one like smack in the middle. And then what else do I have? Where's all my maps? They have a little bit of something here, a little bit more green, darker green than the other ones. So I think that will go pretty good with these. And a little bit of yellow on the bottom here. Maps, see, of course I can't see them when you want them, right? Otherwise, I have lots of maps. Here's some. Not that one. How about, okay, a little bit of blue map. Let's use this one here. So we're trying to use up the whole surface of this. Doesn't necessarily have to be entirely, but we're going to try as much as we can. And that's a little bit of black and white, right? Let's put a little bit for balance in between here and here. And this might already be enough. So maybe we'll get started and then we'll see what kind of fibers we can put in between. So am I able to close this a little bit better? Well, not really. Still have quite a ways to go. So we might end up making more collages. So let's get started ungluing this. So as before, we're going to move this out of the way a little bit, just so we can get started. And we're going to put the glue down and start with this corner. And glue this. Now, I will let them hang off the sides here so that I can cut them down later and it will be perfectly covered. Doesn't necessarily have to be perfectly covered, but I do prefer myself for it to cover. Now this one is going to have to be a little bit this way, and then we're going to add something over here. So now either we add a whole piece like this, or we're going to add some of the fibers and ribbons and so on that we have. So let's just put this one down this way. And what else do we have here? And then this one. And then we're going to fill in with the ribbons and laces that we have. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to have this left over. I'll just put this here for a moment. And okay. And let's just put this one down, and then let's see how far this can go. Like this. Okay. So let's see what we can put in this corner. Let me see if I have something that might fit quite well. Well, let me see. Should I go with white, or, well, maybe white on this side. I'll put a little bit of here. And then maybe some different ones over here. There, we got this one. I do love the eyelash trim. It adds so much to a collage or a journal. There. Okay, so stay there. A little bit leftovers here. And then what we're going to do with this corner, going to have to add either something in green. Do I have something? Yeah, I do have something actually. Yeah. Looks like maybe this piece might be enough. Just make sure it will stick in some way. There. Perfect. I like that. So we're going to trim it down as we go. Now over here, I think maybe a little bit of, let me see, what color should we add? What do we have? We have pink. Do I want any pink on this one? I don't think I do. Where's that little bit of burlap that I have? So let me just take some strands out of here and just put them down. We have lots of little ones, of course, that we're going to have to use up in some way also. So let me see if I can get this down. Okay. Alrighty. So let's move on to the rest of the paper pieces, and then we're going to come back again and see what other things you might add in here. Let's put this one way this way. I've got some fibers on my fingers. I don't know what to do with them. Okay, and this one over here. Let's put January right here. How about it? January, I feel, maybe even a very cold month. We shall see what happens in New Brunswick and the rest of the world. It's one of my daughter's birthday month. She doesn't live here, but hopefully she will come by for her birthday and we can spend the time together. Let's put this over here. And we're almost done here, and we're going to put a little bit of this one. Okay, so we have 2 left over. We didn't do too bad. So let's put a little bit more fiber on the bottom. We do have yellow here, so we can balance that with a little bit more. And I'll just cut like a little piece, and maybe I'll put it right here. Yep, like that. And a little bit more. Let's also, maybe we'll put the blue on this side. So I try to use the colors that I already have in the piece to balance off each side. And I think maybe something is missing, maybe in this side. Maybe just a little bit of the white. And maybe over here a couple of places. So let's fill in these spots. I do have a little bit of black, so I could put a little piece over here perhaps. And something, oops, sorry about that. Something a little bit over here. Let me see this one. There. Okay. What about here? What do you think? Oh, we do have a spot here. I mean, we don't necessarily have to fill it in. Really, we don't. But we could, because we are trying to get rid of things, right? And what about over here? So I think we used a little bit more fibers in this one than the other ones, but that's okay. There. So we have this finished as well. We're just going to let it dry a little bit, and then we're going to trim it. Okay, so let me see if we can trim this one that we made earlier, and it will just give you a little bit of a better idea of what it's going to look like once it's cut. Now this one you can just keep as it is. You don't really have to cut it up any further, or you could cut it up into tags or journal cards or whatever it is you might need for your journal, or even maybe round, if you use your punch and you make it into a round tag and so on. Oops, we're gonna fix that one. That one came off. There. But for the most part, this is what it will look like. Let me see, where did this one go? Yeah, let's put it back over here, I believe. Okay, so we have this. Put the cap on the blue. Just clean up a little bit so we can see a little bit better all three projects that we did in these 3 videos. Okay, clean up a little bit. That's always the fun part, right? We cut and do many different things, and then the big job actually is the cleanup. Half the time we clean up, and half the time I really don't feel like it, but I try to clean up each time. So this is going to be sewn, this one and this one and this one. So we did 3 collages using up our scraps in 3 different styles. Not so much different, but you know, just a little bit of a different view on each one. And then we're going to sew them, and I will show you that in the next video. So the only thing I wanted to try was, well, close my box, because I did go through it, so I made a bit of a mess in it. But let's see if we can still close it. Well, it is closing. So there, we did a little bit of work on this because I was able to close it. And we're going to continue on that in some different ways. So the next step here is to sew this and then cut it into tags. And I will show you that in the next video. Thank you for coming back. I hope you subscribe and like this video. And hopefully I will do some more. Thank you. Bye-bye. Rosie from RoseByNameCo.